Hi everyone. This is the first of 3 videos in which I will show you how to create a totally free website using WordPress.com. And before we get started, I do just want to mention that there are 2 different ways to access WordPress. One is on a site called WordPress.com, which we're going to be using today, and the other way is through WordPress.org, which is another site WordPress has set up so that you can grab the software and install it to power a privately hosted site. If that doesn't make sense to you or you're not sure what the difference is, don't worry about that today. I mostly just wanted to mention this to make sure that you navigate to the correct site to follow along in today's tutorial. So in this video, you'll learn how to set up your free WordPress.com account, name and create your first website or blog. Really, they're the same thing. It's just how you use them. Navigate your new website's dashboard and review the general settings for your website. So to get started, just go to Google or type in your navigation, search for WordPress.com. And here we see it. I'm going to click on that. And you'll see a screen that comes up that looks something like this. And your options are to log in or to click this Get Started button. And I'm assuming that you don't yet have a WordPress.com account. It's very easy to set it up. What we're going to do is click this button. And it's really simple. You need 3 things: an email address, a username, and a password to create your account. So I'm going to go ahead and use this email address and a username. Today let's use keep in mind that you really only need one username to create countless sites using your same account here on WordPress.com. I'm just creating a new account to show you how this works. Password, I'm going to change this later, but alright. And for our blog address, I'm going to say 2 dogs in paradise. So I'm going to make a website about my 2 Shih Tzus. And something to note it here in the blog address. So this is going to be where you will find your website or your blog. The name that you enter here, .wordpress.com. WordPress is showing you here the option of paying a premium to secure the domain 2dogsinparadise.com. So if I didn't want this WordPress.com to appear at the end of my website's URL, then I'd have the option of buying this. I'm not going to suggest that just yet. I want to show you how to create a totally free site, and if you're not sure how you're going to be using this site, it's best to learn how to use WordPress first. And if you decide that you want to add this later, or even upgrade to some other options, you'll always have that chance to go back and change this. So for now, we're just going to stick with the free option and click No Thanks. And here you'll see WordPress is showing me there are all these other cool things I can do to upgrade my site and add some enhancements to it. Again, for now, we're just going to click totally free and click the Create Blog button. All right. So now it's telling me that an email has been sent to my email address that I used to create the account, and I have to go find that email and click on it to activate my account. All right, so here we are in my email account, and I found the email from WordPress, and it's saying howdy with my username and asking me to click this button here, Activate Blog, in order to set up my account and activate the new site. So now that I've clicked on it, WordPress is bringing me back to my blog where I can finish setting up the site. So this is the blog title, which you can change now. I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. And you can add a tagline. This is totally optional. If you don't know what you'd like this to say, I would at least cross this out and delete it, and you can just leave it blank. I think I'll put something in here. All right, and your English, my language that I'm selecting is English. You can go ahead and choose the appropriate language here for yourself and click the Next Step button. And now it's asking us to choose a theme. You'll see there are a lot of choices, and some of these choices are totally free, and others are actually what are known as premium themes, meaning you actually have to pay a small fee to utilize more sophisticated or highly designed sites. So you can search through these. I just went ahead and picked the first one because I'm actually going to select a different one when we get into our dashboard. So for right now, just ignore all these steps. We're just going to breeze right through them and change them shortly. So again, click the Next Step button. Here it's giving me the option of connecting my blog with my social media channels. I'm going to skip this step too until we get the site ready and totally set up and ready to share with friends and family. So you can do this later. So again, click Next Step. And now it's asking us to create our first post. We are just going to click Finish down here in the bottom. And now I'm going to navigate to my site's dashboard. And the way to do that is up here on the top navigation bar, click My Blog, and you can see that if you'd created more than one site, which you could do by clicking this Create a New Blog, each time you add a new site, it will appear in this list here. So this is where you can navigate between multiple sites. You can have dozens or hundreds of sites. So we're going to click on the title of my site, Two Dogs Living in Paradise. And it's taking a little time to load. That's normal. Okay, and what we're seeing is the theme that we selected has automatically, it already has, you know, this funky background header design, which we're going to change. But you can see my title, Two Dogs Living in Paradise, and the subtitle or subheader that I had typed into that optional field there. And it's saying we can't find anything because we haven't provided any information about this site yet. So what we're going to do is when you're logged into your WordPress account, you're going to see this navigation bar up here. And this is where we will get to our dashboard. So now that we're logged in here, you can watch this welcome video. I'm actually going to hide the screen and start by taking you into your site's settings so that you can see just some of the basics about your site and how to change it. So go down here on this left side navigation bar and click on Settings. And we're in the general settings. You can see there are all these different options that we can go through. We're just going to go through these general settings right now. The first thing you'll see is your site title. And this looks good, we're not going to touch it, but should you ever want to totally revamp your site or change the name, or you notice a typo, you can just make any changes you want here and they will be instantly reflected on your website. Same thing with your tagline, which we've already entered here. If we need to change the email address that we want WordPress to contact us regarding this website, we can do that here. Time zone, this is important. It's going to default to this option. It's a good idea to go ahead and immediately change this to your local time zone so that all the information and updates you make will be reflected in your time zone. So for me, that's Honolulu. And then you have a few other options here as we scroll down the screen. The date format, I'm going to leave it just as it is. Time, week starts on, you can select any day you'd like, and again you can change your language here. And before we hit click on Save Changes, I'm going to scroll back up to the top and do one more thing. You have the option of uploading a blog picture or icon. On other sites, this is sometimes referred to as your fave icon. One of the ways or places that it will appear is in your little web windows up here. You see right now there's a little fave icon here with a W for WordPress. We can actually customize this for our site by choosing a file here. And so you would want to create this image and have it somewhere on your computer where you can navigate to it. I have it here in this folder. I'm going to click on this image, and now the computer knows which file I want to upload as my blog picture, and I'm going to click on Upload Image. If you're hearing funny noises in the background, that's one of my Shih Tzus snoring. Alright, so now we see the image. It's a good idea to create or upload a photo that is square, or image that's square. And if this wasn't quite right, we could adjust it as we'd like to here, but that looks good, so we're going to click Crop Image. And now it's showing that it's going to use this image to represent us across our site, and we see that the icon has been added here, and it seems to be working. So that's it for now. Right now we have set up the site. It now exists. It has a title. We know where to find it, which is www.twodogsinparadise.wordpress.com. And we know how to use this navigation bar here at the top to get to our dashboard once we're logged into WordPress. And in the next video, we'll get into adding some content.